Hey, what's up guys, it's Narrative46 and I finally have my gaming PC up and running. As you can see, I have some Battlefield 3 gameplay running in the background right now. So the main topic of this video is going to be how to get into PC gaming and really why you would do it, and especially comparing to these new consoles coming up in the future. So first off, the one really positive thing about PCs is that the games are cheap. You can get games on sale really cheap. It does not cost like anything if you know the sales they have on Steam. For one, Steam sales, insane. You can get games for like they're normally $20 for about $5. Crazy summer sale and winter sale, those are when they put the games up, like a ton of games up, and they have them like really like basically dirt cheap. And they also have the Humble Bundle, which you can check that out. It's basically a bundle that Origin puts together, and most of the money will go to charity. You kind of do a slider on how much to whatever charity you want it to go to, or you can just send it to all of them. So that you get like a bundle of maybe 6-7 games, and it costs about $5. It really depends how much ever you really want to donate. There's a minimum donation, but you can get, like, I got Battlefield 3 in the Humble Bundle for $5, and I also got, what, Crysis 2 included with that. All these games are insanely cheap, is the main point I'm trying to get across. So the next topic I want to talk about on why to get into PC gaming and why you should do it really over the next-gen consoles is because the graphics are stellar. There's you can run games at what 100 frames, ultra settings, and to get a good PC rig, most people, I just want to blow this out of the. I just want to get rid of this stupid rumors. You have to spend over $1,000 to get a good rig. No, you don't. You don't have to spend over $1,000 to get a good rig. Maybe if you buy one through Alienware. But everyone knows they're rip-off artists. I mean, come on, Alienware? I mean, yeah, okay, you don't want to build it yourself, so you want to get a good name brand. I mean, yeah, they have a good build quality, but they are ripping you off. So, you're going to probably want to build your own PC, for one, or you could probably go over to Ironside Computers, which I will have a link in the description. They offer really good computers for a decent price that they build and send to you. Now, for my PC, I spent about $750, and I am classified as a high-end gaming PC, not one of those mid-ends or whatever. I mean, I have a Sapphire 7950 with 3 GB of VRAM. Now, granted, I did get some good deals on Newegg for some of my parts, but in general, you don't have to spend over $1,000. So, the next reason to really get into PC gaming, everyone knows that the next-gen consoles will basically turn... The graphics will just start diminishing like they did with the 360, the PS3. Now, basically, over time, as things get updated, games will have to lower their quality for the consoles, and, you know, to make them better optimized to still be able to play at their, 60 frames that they're going to be playing now on the next-gen consoles. They're going to say 60 frames for every game. I can see that from the beginning because they're going to be optimized for them, but I don't see how in the long run that hardware is going to really last. And so basically over time, the graphics will get lower. Now, you can't upgrade a console. That's one of the biggest things for me, is you can't just upgrade that console to stay with technology. I mean, a graphics card will last probably about 3 to 5 years, depending on, really, it depends on which one you buy. But if you do get a good graphics card, it should last you quite a while. But it won't last you probably the whole console generation, but then you can upgrade. Oh, I want to upgrade? Okay, that's like $200, not $500 the Xbox One is being listed as. I don't need buy a whole new system, is what I'm trying to get at, to upgrade. You don't have to buy a whole new system, you're just buying one part to replace, which is a lot cheaper than buying a whole new console. So, that's kind of one aspect. So the next reason, I guess you could say, is that the community. Now, the PC community is generally an older crowd because you don't have little Jimmy, who's 8 years old. Hey, Mom, I want a gaming PC! No, that normally doesn't happen because their friends have Xboxes or PlayStations. Okay, I'll just put PlayStation in there and Xbox. I personally have a 360 that will probably turn to dust. However, the point is that I'm trying to get across is little kids don't really get on the PCs because they take research. You don't just go and buy a gaming PC. I mean, you have to do research to see really what you want and to try and get the best deal on what you want. You don't have these little kids hopping on there and screaming and doing really immature stuff, which I find is really nice when you're playing games, so you don't have all these little immature children screaming in the game chat, for one. Even there's immature teenagers too. I mean, you could say people like, hey, get quick scope, faggot, trick scope, whatever. So yes, the community overall is older, which is better, at least for people that are around maybe 14 and up, I guess you could say. At least mature people. So yes, in general, the PC crowd is more mature and really overall a better community than on the consoles. So the next step I wanted to talk about is PC exclusives. Now, there's a lot of games that you could say, oh, there's console exclusives like Halo, and Destiny seems like it's going to be a console exclusive, which I'm actually kind of pissed off about that they're not putting on PC, but you never know. So these console exclusives, you know, that's one reason. That doesn't outweigh all of the PC exclusives. There's way more PC exclusives. Way more than there are exclusives on console. Now, okay, so you might not be thinking of, oh, these AAA titles, like, you know, Halo, that's a AAA title, that's not going on PC. Yeah, well, maybe you could look into the arcade, or there are actually some AAA titles that are PC exclusive. Like Diablo 3 was a PC exclusive. Now, they are bringing it to consoles, but I would... That's like a joke, honestly, Diablo 3 on consoles. That'll probably suck. Now, I personally don't own Diablo 3. I'm just using it as a good example how it came out for PC, and it was a big title that was not on console at the original release. Another game that I actually kind of like is Don't Starve. Now, Don't Starve is a game that they don't have on consoles. You basically have to have mouse and keyboard for it. I don't see how else you could play that with a controller. And there's a lot of other strategy games. Okay, so do you really want to play a strategy game like Total War Rome 2 on a console? No, strategy games are a lot better on PC. That's another factor, is some of the ways you play the game. Now, so that brings me into the next discussion of why you would want to go to PC. And so if you're used to console controls, you love the controller. On PC, you can plug in any peripheral you want. You can be playing Battlefield 3 with a joystick, flying a helicopter. Do you really think you could do that on consoles? No, the peripherals are so limited, and even if you were to, oh, I want a racing wheel, yeah, you can get a racing wheel for $360, but it's gonna cost you about $100 or some crazy outrageous price that Microsoft wants to put on it. PC, you can get it for maybe like, what, $20? Well, maybe not 20, okay. I'll put it up to 40 for a racing wheel. But 40 bucks for a USB racing wheel, I mean, that's a steal compared to how much they want to charge for a console steering wheel. And there's so many other peripherals, the mouses, there's crazy types of hotkeys on them. You can have like the Razer Naga, for example. I mean, there's like 9 hotkeys on there. I mean, there's just a wide variety of peripherals that you can use. That's really, I mean, that is something that is just, you can't really ever have on console. It's just not gonna happen. You can't just plug in whatever you want. Console, you're limited to one type of controller, Now, okay, so you have these aftermarket controllers that glow up, but we all know they kind of suck. I mean, the only aftermarket controller that would probably be good for console is that one Razer controller, but I mean, come on, you're pretty much limited like communism to this one controller. I mean, what if you don't want to use that? You're kind of like, okay, well, I guess I'm kind of forced to use that. So, really, the main thing, console is communism. No. PC, there's a lot of positives about it, and yes, I hope I've maybe swayed your decision in getting a next-gen console. That kind of wraps up this video. Get PC. If you're planning on getting a PC, you can ask me any questions in the comments below on, like, what should I buy, or if you want to show me a product and I can say yes or no. Just leave it down in the comments. Thanks for watching. I hope I swayed you to PC. I'm not a PC elitist, but PCs are better. Thanks for watching.